Welcome to Small Family, Small Budget. Oh my god, my hair is like all messed up. Oh well, y'all, it's real life, whatever. Welcome to Small Family, Small Budget. Samantha here, and today's video is about my grocery hauls, my this week and my prepping one, and also what I'm doing with some of my preps that are going downstairs in the basement so it doesn't get all wet from my wet basement. So let's get on to those. Thank you. Okay. This is the stack up except for the ham. It was $5.94 for the ham. That was supposed to go into the other one, but I hadn't bought it yet. I used 3 pieces of the ham for a night dinner this week. The rest of it's for this next week. For my husband, I have sandwiches because he's off for the whole week. He took a vacation week. Because our town is having Apple Festival. So there's a car show and a couple activities on the weekend, and he didn't want to have to deal with traffic on the way to and from work. Yes, my husband is that way. He's like, it's going to be a problem. It's going to inconvenience me. I'm taking the week's vacation, so I don't have to deal with it. So, whatever. So that's what he did. He technically was going to go to his niece's wedding at the end of the month, but his ride down there had failed through. They're flying now, and he doesn't have the little star on his license to be able to fly within the U.S. So he is not going now. So he changed 1 week for another week. I got these Powerade, like little juice put in your water things. They were like $1 a piece, but because the Gatorade actual bottles have been like completely wiped out. I don't know if they're completely wiped out because the supply is low, but when I walked in, there was a whole cart walking out. And when I check out, there was a whole cart checking out. So I can't blame it on supply when I'm noticing that fundraisers of football teams, local football teams, are buying them for their concession stands because they're open for the first time since 2019, and they're stocking up. So it might be a mix of both, but so I cannot blame supplies all the time, but I figure in a pinch this will go in my preps downstairs, and I'll show you how to do that later on because I have to do pasta, flour, and rice. My basement is a wet basement. It's a Michigan wet basement, aka it is not finished. It has cement sides that has cracks in it, and when it snows and melts, the water runs down the sides. And if it rains really hard, I have leaky floors. Y'all, it's a mess. So to save my food, I need to wrap it up 400 times, if y'all know what I mean. And I don't have a food saver. So I'm doing the best I can. This is the first time that I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'll show you that in a little bit and explain that on the way. But let's get through this because I'm getting sidetracked. Squirrel! And I'll cut this out, I'm sure. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. So these were $1.19, I think, at Walmart. These were $1, but I'll put that downstairs in my preps. Good thing is they're individually wrapped in water resistant stuff. Red cooking wine, we use this for the steak strips over rice dinner. I have been out for quite a while. I just keep forgetting to pick it up. Like, I keep forgetting to pick up French onions. So hopefully when I go to the store today with my mom for her shopping, I'll remember to pick up French onions. Will I? I don't know. It's been 2 months now that I forget to pick up French onions. Let's hope I'll remember. It's the last thing on my holiday list I still need to pick up. This was $2.30, I think. I'll double check. If it's not $2.30, I'll put it when I edit, y'all. my husband, I swear, I have had 2 of these down in the one down in the basement because it's really hard plastic. 1 in our cupboard here and 1 in the fridge. So that's why I have 3. And so that way I kind of have 1 in the rotating pantry, 1 in the basement as our second, and 1 in the fridge. My husband took 1 out here. He went downstairs and took the 1 downstairs when the 1 in the fridge was completely gone. So the fridge one was gone. He took the 1 here to replace the fridge. Okay, so it was like this. And then when those 2 were gone, he went downstairs and took the 1 downstairs. And did not even tell me. I went to go, the fridge one was out. So basically, all 3 were gone. Went to go make the Sloppy Joes, and there was none. Went downstairs and I'm like, are you kidding me? So I had to run to the store. I was not happy. That's the whole point of having backups, so I don't have to run to the store because I'm out. That's why I said in my video I need to learn how to make ketchup after I poured the ketchup in. Yeah, that's the reason. So that if I'm out, I know how to make ketchup. So I had to restock all 3. We have 1 in the fridge now, but so 2 will go down in the basement. 1 will go in this pantry because these cupboards are all full with dishes. This is actually my cup cupboard with, Christmas is coming. So this is my cup cupboard. So that's why I have 3 of those. They're all storage because the 1 in the fridge is completely full except for 2 cups out of it. I don't remember what those were. The ketchup was $1.45 a piece. And that's why. I was doing my wallet. This one was $1, I believe, or 89 cents. No, it's Walmart. So it was, 89 cents. These came from Dollar Tree. It's beef stew. It's one of my husband will not eat my beef stew. I don't know why. Y'all, I do not know why. But I'd rather have my beef stew, but he likes this kind. This is from Dollar Tree. It's just $1 a can. So I bought 4 for him. He's off all next week, and he requested it. So I'm sure he'll only eat 1 can next week, and the rest will be up here. I don't dare take that downstairs. So he can have it. Long grain rice. I have a 5-pound rice and a 2-pound rice, but we eat rice. Not often, like not every week, but like almost every 2 weeks. And I would cook probably that much every 2 weeks because my son likes to eat rice and cinnamon and sugar as a night snack. When they want rice and cinnamon and sugar as a snack, I let him. So I make a little extra rice. It's cheaper than fruit snacks. It's cheaper than a whole bunch of crackers. I make sure he eats fruit first before he gets that option. So I'm like, okay, well, have a pear or have a peach or have an apple. And then if he's still hungry, then he can have the rice kind of thing. So he's on ADHD medication. So he has to have 2 meals at night. So if one of his meals at night is a fruit with some rice with cinnamon and sugar on it, I'm okay with that. But, so I wanted to make sure I have enough rice. So they were out of, like, the 2-pack and the 5-pack of rice. They really only had the 1 pound left. So I bought 2 of the 1 pound. They were like 89 cents each or something like that. Yep. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Oh, no, it's 74 cents? Something like that. I will find it. I'll put it on top and let you guys know. So there you go. I'll tell you the total on top of the ham. And all is good. I rambled a lot. in this one. All right, y'all. So this is what I'm doing. Those buckets came from Walmart, from the bigger town Walmart, tell you the truth. There's 2 of them. They come with their frosting. I just asked for empty ones. My bigger town did not charge me. If I got it in my town, they would have charged me $1. I went in there expecting to pay $1 because my town does that. Well, my town 15 minutes away versus the one that's almost 40 minutes away. So I was expecting them to pay $1 a piece. So they're frosting. Some people say their Walmarts refuse to even give it to them because they have to send them back in their district to refill the frosting. I don't know. Double check your Walmarts to see if you can get free or $1 5-gallon buckets, because I don't want to go to Home Depot and pay $5 for a $5 bucket. So, especially when I don't even have a Home Depot around here. I think the closest Home Depot is 40 or 50 miles away from me. I don't have a Lowe's around here. The closest, I have a Menards. That's it. That's all I got. And my Menards has been wiped out of almost anything close to a 5-gallon food grade bucket. Just to let you know. So I have 3 boxes of different kinds of pasta. I have shells, rigatoni, or whatever you call that, and the little, we call that bow tie, but it's fanfel. We always call it bow tie though in our house. Hey, they weren't doing it for me. Well, they probably were, but they don't want you, so hush. So I substitute teach, and occasionally I'll have high schoolers beat at my house. It's a whole other there. Anyway, so I have this 2-pound. This is my oldest. This is staying out. My 2-pound that I bought this week is going in here. This is my 5-pound. I'm gonna break it up into 3. So like I'm gonna put that in a baggie, and I'm gonna put that in a baggie, and then bag it up. And then I have this flour that I'm gonna bag half in one bag and half in another, because when I fill up my container, only like I end up having about that much of the bag still in on my cabinet because my container doesn't fit it. So there is my daughter's hair straightener that I'm borrowing for this project. Here is my Mylar bags. There's 60 Mylar bags here that I bought. I think I paid $20 or $25 for it. And they came with oxygen absorbers. These are 300 cc oxygen absorbers. This is the first time I've ever done this. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing my pasta and my rice and putting it in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bag them up in sandwich baggies. I think these are quart. I want to do them in sandwich baggies so that way I can kind of like do half a box and some rice. Well, the rice can go in the quart size bag, but the pasta I want to do half and half or whatever. And then put them in the Mylar bags. I'm not opening the oxygen absorbers until I'm all ready because I got to heat up that. And then they're all going in the bucket. And then the bucket lid is going on top as tight as I can and going downstairs in my basement. And that's what I'm doing. And then while I'm doing all that, I'm going to write down, because these are like not seeable. I'm going to write down on the bottom, pasta, what kind, and then the date I'm sealing it. So then that way, when I do this again, I can pull out the oldest pasta or the oldest rice or the oldest flour when I need to restock my cabinets. And that's what I'm using first. So I'm rotating. I'm still going to rotate. But this way I have more room in my cupboards for the canned items, because I really don't want the canned items downstairs in the basement because it's wet, and I don't want to buy a whole bunch of what's it called? Hold on, let me flip you around and talk to you for a minute. Hi. So I don't want to glare off the kitchen light, I tell you what. So I don't want to, where was I going with this? I don't remember. I don't want to put my cans downstairs because I don't want to buy a whole bunch of totes to stick the cans in it, because if cans get too wet, they end up rusting. And with the moisture in the air downstairs, I can't protect the cans like I can these with the oxygen absorbers and all that kind of stuff. So that's my plan, is to get the dry stuff into the Mylar bags with the oxygen absorber, throw them in a 5-gallon bucket, so that way those bulky dry goods can go downstairs and I can rotate them out. And then so this is my project I'm doing today. I try to either prep something to eat, prep something downstairs once a week, once every 2 weeks. With everything that's going on, I don't, this next year or this winter, I feel uncertain. And I don't like the feeling of uncertainty. I really don't. I am holding on to my Bible tight. I know that God has promised us safety and stuff, but he also promised us in Revelation that the world is going to be harder, and it's going, pretty soon we're going to have a loaf of bread cost a day's wages. And that, if I can make my own bread, I'm okay. But the thought of, fruits and vegetables being a day's wages, grapes being a day's wages, that kind of stuff is like alarming to me. And there's already food insecurities, and the people that are struggling because their budget is already so low for being minimum wage and all that stuff. It's like, okay, well, what do we eat, first of all? Because I don't want to put away stuff that we don't eat, that is able to go downstairs. Then I can still switch out here and there, because there's countries that's already fallen that are having problems. Like, we've already seen a country in South Africa that has gone through this, and there's a country in Africa, or not Africa, South America that's gone through this, where they had a really great economical thing, and then all of a sudden, flat. Their money was worth nothing, and they're still struggling today to feed their people. Like, a wheelbarrow of money doesn't buy them nothing. And that's where I think the community around you is going to be more beneficial, to get to know your farmers and all that stuff. That's why I've been going to the farm stands and buying seconds. First, I can make my own food, like canning and stuff, and all that kind of stuff. That way I can learn a new skill, and that way I can network with the farmers and stuff, the fruit farmers, the vegetable farmers. That way I can be saying, hey, I don't have much, but maybe I can work for you with labor wise and go pick a whole bunch of stuff past what I need, and we can work out a deal that doesn't involve money or whatever when the insecurities happen. So, getting that networking involved and working out and stuff like that. But, like, I watched a news broadcast on YouTube, and it said that the food shortages might last until the end of 2022. And that's when it's like, oh boy. Because all the weather that's happened this last year will affect next year's processing. So like all the grains will start going into the factories to get processed for cereals and all that kind of stuff, which makes sense. But it's just the thought process of like, I didn't realize it was that far out. And now it's like, okay. So we need to get ahead of the curve, so to speak. And so that's where I'm at. If you guys feel me on this insecurity-ness that I feel, let me know in the comments. I know that I suck at gardening, but I'm still trying. I have a couple tomatoes still. They're baby tomatoes. I'm going to start doing big tomatoes next year so I don't have to buy them from the garden. But we'll see how it goes. And my green peppers, I found out that I have a determined green pepper, which means all the peppers will grow at one time, and an undetermined, which is a regular pepper plant where people know about, where they grow at different stages. So I was looking at my very bushy pepper plant. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I don't understand you. And then I watched Michigan Gardener, which is a 4-year-old video, and realized I have 2 different kinds of plants. They're still pepper plants, but 2 different kinds. One's a determined, which means they're all going to grow at their fruit at the same time, and one's an undetermined, which is stages of fruit. So that explains why I'm very frustrated with the bushy one. I'm like, grow already. And yeah, so so if you like this chatty, preppy grocery haul video, hit that likes button and subscribe. Make sure you share so it gets out in YouTube land so that everyone else can see it. Also, thank you and have a lovely day. Bye, y'all. Why is it that my eye itches every single time I need to talk? My goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. Bloopers. Anyways, no, I'm not going to start singing all the songs, but you know, I really want to. That's my ball, my drawers. When you want to try to find a receipt and you can't. I will find the receipt eventually. I just don't know where it's located right now. That one might actually still be in my wallet. It is. It's still in my wallet. Okay. So, oh, it's just my Pokemon dot. I'm like, what is that? So I'm wearing a Pokemon shirt. It's got Squirtle, Pikachu, and Charmander. And the little dot above the E made me think something was all over my shirt. Yeah, Squirrel. I am Squirrel all over today. Squirrel all over today. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the bloopers today. Oh my gosh. So anyway. So, welcome to Small Budget, Small Fam. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Small Family, Small Budget. Wow. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to South